Good morning, everybody. Matt Moda here with the Dong Report, here to give you my favorite MLB home run picks of the day. As for the day, the way I am playing dongs for today, I have 8 guys total, so a pretty big dong slate. 6 of them I'm playing in a round robin. 2 of them I'm just taking straight up because the odds didn't make them worth putting in the round robin, which I'll explain when I get there. So 8 players on Dong Watch today. As for yesterday, amazing day. We desperately needed the day that we had yesterday because it had been pretty dark prior to that, but that's just dong life. Yesterday we got 3 dongs to mash, all 3 of them for pretty juicy odds. We had Jackson Merrill, took him through with a home run. We had Brandon Marsh at plus 1100 odds, and we had Nick Castellanos at plus 750. Just a great day yesterday, up about 6.38 units on the day. As for the entire season, that brings our profit. We are up about 19 units. A little bit above 19 units is the exact number, which we will take. Not nearly as good as last year, but we'll take betting on dongs and we'll take being in the green. For those of you that are new to my channel, I would appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button, like, comment on this specific video. I appreciate those of you who have been rocking with me. The smart ones know that this is just what dong life is like. It's hot, it's cold, there's a lot of highs and a lot of lows. You kind of just have to stick with it. It came through for us yesterday. Let's hope it comes through for us once again today. And then the last thing that I will mention before we get into the bangers is that I do have a dub club where I send all my plays out for $5 a month. Gets everything that I'm playing across all sports sent directly to your phone, text, email, or Telegram. $5 a month if you're interested. If you don't want to wait on YouTube, or if you want to get everything early, that's the option. If you rather not want to get everything for free, totally fine. That's what YouTube is here for. And that's enough of that. Let's start talking dongs. Plays number 1 and 2 are both going to be in the same game. I'm taking 2 Orioles players, Anthony Santander and Ramon Urias, both of them to hit home runs. I'm a little bit annoyed because I had all my plays out that I was going to play, and at that time, Anthony Santander was plus 350, which was a great price on him. I waited too long to lock it in and to send these plays out, and he's now priced at plus 285 at FanDuel. But that price at plus 285 compared to the rest of the market is still not terrible, and hopefully it does mean that these books know that he's going to hit one, so we're okay with that. But 2 players in this game on the Orioles feels like the right thing to do. Ballpark Pal, even though Coors Field is not seeing as many dongs this year as we traditionally are used to seeing, our friends at Ballpark Pal still rate this as an excellent weather game, 4 home runs to be hit, so no harm, no foul there. And since the Rockies are throwing out a left-handed hitter, we wanted to target 2 right-handed hitters. Granted, Santander is a switch hitter, but he'll be batting righty against Austin Gomber, and Gomber's terrible. That's why we're targeting 2 Orioles batters. He has a home run per 9 of 1.70 on the year, which is terrible. It's been even worse since July 1st with a home run per 9 of 1.92 since July 1st, which also happens to be his last 10 starts. So I like to look at the last 10 starts. He's been terrible in the last 10 starts, 1.92 home run per 9. He's given up a total of 12 home runs, which is awful. 10 of those 12 runs have come, home runs have come off of right-handed hitters. Now, Santander has cooled off a little bit since, he went on like a 2-month stretch where he was basically hitting a home run every other game. He's not quite doing that. He hasn't hit a home run in the last 5 games, but you look at his game log yesterday, probably coming out of that a little bit. He had 3 hard hits total. Every time he made contact with the baseball, it was a hard hit. One of them was an absurd 110 miles per hour off the bat, which is crazy. Another one was a flyout that traveled 360 feet. That was 97 miles per hour off the bat. Looking at Urias, he's a little bit of a deeper cut. This was a pitch mix play for Ramon Urias, but he's been feasting on baseballs recently. Yesterday, he had a flyout that would have been a home run in 17 of 30 stadiums. It was 99.6 miles per hour off the bat. He's mostly going to see four-seam fastballs from Gomber, and he has just hit the piss out of four-seam fastballs over the past month. What he's been doing to fastballs has been crazy. Confident that he and Santander dong one for us tonight. That's plays number 1 and 2. Plays number 3 and 4 are also in the same game. So because of the way FanDuel does these round robins, you're going to need to place both the Orioles guys and then both of these two guys as a separate same game parlay. They're the only two that are in the same game. So it's 3 bets total, 1 round robin, 1 Santander and Urias SGP, and then 1 O'Neal Cruz and Jhonkensy Noel SGP, which is plays 3 and 4. O'Neal Cruz and Jhonkensy Noel. So we talked about how hot Urias has been and what he's been doing to the baseball. O'Neal Cruz has been assaulting baseballs recently. There's no other way to describe it than what he has been doing to baseballs is just straight up assault. What he's doing is illegal in most countries. He's been crushing them. Now, O'Neal Cruz has been crushing baseballs all year. He's like one of the leaders in average exit velocity because he annihilates the baseball. The problem with him and why he traditionally doesn't make the Dong report is because his launch angle is consistently pretty low. You know, a couple days ago, I had a fake, not real fight with someone in my Discord who was on O'Neal Cruz because he had 5 hard hits the day before. 4 of those 5 were hit directly into the ground. He was trying to hit the ball and give them to Satan in hell with how hard he was hitting it directly into the ground. But he hits fastballs in the air a little bit more than other pitches, and in that game he was going up against like a soft contact pitcher who threw cutters and sinkers and stuff. That's not the case today. He's going up against Ben Lively. Ben Lively loves throwing 4-seam fastballs to left-handed hitters, and he allows left-handed hitters to put the ball in the air. So I do think that O'Neal Cruz can just lift the ball up a little bit in this game, which is why we're going with him. Lively allows the 18th highest fly ball rate in the MLB of all pitchers that have thrown at least 120 innings. That's a pretty big sample size. And that number is even higher against left-handed hitters. His fly ball rate against righties, 41.8%. His fly ball rate against lefties, 44.8%. And that 44.8% would be the 13th highest. And then from there, he allows the 7th fastest average exit velocity against at 90.4 miles per hour. That's a really bad combination, allowing batters to put the ball in the air and hit it hard. He's definitely a dong ball type of pitcher that you do want to target. And as I mentioned, he predominantly throws 4-seam fastballs, which O'Neal Cruz has been assaulting. That's, again, the only way I can describe what he's been doing to 4-seam fastballs over the past month. I'm talking an average exit velocity of 104.8 miles per hour off the bat. That's his average. He's got an 86% hard hit rate in 10 separate times in the last 4 weeks. Has he hit a 4-seam fastball above 100 miles per hour off the bat? Incredible stats. He's going yard today. As for Noel, aka Big Christmas, he does not need a sell at all because he's been really, really good. He's hit 4 home runs off of lefties in the last month, and that's only in 17 at-bats, which is incredible. He gets a very good matchup against Bailey Falter of the Pirates. That one doesn't need a selling point. Jhonkensy Noel, I think I'm hopefully pronouncing it right. He's definitely going to hit a home run. That's plays number 3 and 4. Play number 5 of the Dong Robin, I'm taking Dylan Cruz to hit a home run. This is at, was plus 600. This one dipped a little bit to plus 560. Still a really good price. And I really like backing this young guy on the Nationals. For those of you who don't know who Dylan Cruz is, he is a young prospect that was just called up a couple days ago, and he's been pretty good since he was called up. He just hit his first home run on Wednesday, and he's been hitting the ball really hard overall. Now, the matchup he has, Shota Imanaga, Shota's really good. I'm not going to say that he's not. The thing with Imanaga is he is definitely susceptible to giving up the dong ball because the reason why, he loves to throw fastballs. He's a left-handed pitcher, and Cruz is a righty, so we do get that advantage in our favor there. And he throws fastballs literally over 50% of the time. Now, he has a high strikeout rate. He also has a high hard hit rate. So basically, batters are either swinging and missing, or they're making contact, and they are hitting nukes off of his fastball. That's kind of how things work. He's allowed 8 home runs to right-handed hitters, specifically off of his fastball in the last 2 months. That's a lot of fastballs, or a lot of home runs off of one pitch. He's allowed 10 home runs total to righties. 8 of those have come off of the 4-seamer. So if you can get a hold of his 4-seamer, you can hit that bad boy out of the ballpark. That's what Cruz has been doing. Now, because he was only called up not that long ago, everything you look at with him is going to be a small sample size. So he's only seen a couple 4-seam fastballs, like 4 is what we're tracking based on Game Day Insights, the site that I used. He's only seen 4. All 4 of which, 3 of 4, he's absolutely crushed. The home run he hit was off of a 4-seam fastball. He hit that 399 feet. Another one, he had a 385-foot double that was 105.8 miles per hour off the bat. So the 4 times he's seen a four-seam fastball, 1 time he struck out, the other 3 he hit hard hits, 2 of which were piss missiles above 100 miles per hour. So he's been really, really good. He has a better matchup than you would think against Shota Imanaga. So we're getting a really good price on him. I think this is a great play. That's play number 5. Play number 6 in our last play, specifically for the Dong Robin. You probably guessed it. It's Jackson Merrill. He might end up, I haven't really gone through and looked at success rate per individual batter. He's probably going to end the year as the Dong Report MVP. I've gone with him a lot recently. He's come through a lot recently. That happened yesterday. He hit a home run. He mashed our first Dong of the day. Starting off the day with him hitting a home run in the day games, knowing we were immediately going to be in the green because he mashed one, was a great feeling. And he's still being priced like he's not as good as he is. Plus 600, he should be in the 400 range. Now, the reason why he was priced so high yesterday is the same reason why he's priced so highly today. He's going up against what is thought of as a stud pitcher. This time he's going up against Taj Bradley of the Rays. Now, Bradley is a good pitcher. He hasn't been as good this year, specifically in the home run department. Like, he's been allowing a decent amount of home runs, especially recently. You look at his last 5 starts, he's given up an astounding 7 home runs in his last 5 starts. 3 of them, he gave up 2 home runs. Really, really bad, and which he's been recently. And he's only given up 2 to lefties, but he hasn't seen a ton of lefties, so I'm not really scared off there. Overall, lefties have hit him pretty hard. And Merrill, kind of similar to Jackenzie Noel, probably doesn't need a sales pitch because of how good he's been. The pitch mix he's going to see are mostly four-seam fastballs and mostly splitters. Now, I will admit, if you look at the last 7 days, he hasn't been as good against four-seam fastballs as he was the week prior to that. So like days 8 to 14 days ago, annihilating fastballs. The last 7 days, not quite as good, but you still look at the whole sample size of the last 2 weeks, the last month, the entire season. Still really good stats against the four-seam fastball. So like 1 week not hitting a bell isn't going to scare me off, especially because he's been hitting dongs. And then the next pitch, as I mentioned, was the splitter, which he hasn't seen a ton of splitters in the last, he hasn't seen any in the last 2 weeks. I think he's seen 1 in the last month. He's seen 8 since July 1st. Of those 8, he has 5 hard hits and 1 strikeout. So he's good. He's going to come through with the home run. This is the end of the Dong Robin. Again, if 2 of these guys hit a home run, we will be pretty squarely in the green. Let's hope for that. Next up, I have 2 straight bets that I am talking about that I mentioned. It's Juan Soto and Jazz Chisholm Jr., both of them in the same game. Both of them I'm putting a half unit on. Both of them are best offered at Caesars. So the reason why I didn't include these in the Dong Robin was because look at their odds on FanDuel compared to their odds at Caesars. They're like over 100 cents different, 100 points, whatever you want to call it, different between Caesars and FanDuel. So it wasn't really worth taking on FanDuel. So just putting these separately, straight up, half unit each. If one of these guys hits a home run, we will be green for the entire day. We just need one of these guys. The entire day, we're making money. But both of these guys are way overpriced for what they should be. Now, the reason why is because you're going to look at the weather report at Yankee Stadium, and you're going to see winds blowing in from right field. The winds aren't that heavy. They're like 7 miles per hour, which doesn't dramatically affect the trajectory of the baseball. And according to our friends at Ballpark Pal, it's not a terrible weather game. Like, it's not in the red for home runs. So I'm not really scared off of the weather at all. And the pitcher they're going up against, Eric Fetty of the Cardinals, is a pitcher that you want to target for left-handed hitters. He's given up 19 home runs on the year. 12 of those home runs have come off the lefties, and basically 50% at bats against each. He hasn't seen really that many more. Home run per 9 of 0.84 against righties, 1.46 against lefties. He was traded at the deadline to the Cardinals, and he's made 5 starts as a member of the Cardinals. Home run per 9 of 1.63 in those 5 starts. He's allowed 5 home runs. 3 of them have come to left-handed hitters. And this is a pitch mix thing as well. He throws cutters over 50% of the time when facing left-handed hitters. Juan Soto destroys cutters. Incredible stats against cutters. Jazz is good, but not as good as Soto against the cutter. But the next 2 pitches makes up basically the rest of the pitch mix that they will see. And Jazz hits those really well. They're changeups and sinkers. So Jazz hits changeups and sinkers better than Soto, while Soto hits cutters better than Jazz. So it's kind of why I wanted to get action on both, because Soto's going to take a cutter yard, and then Jazz will take either a changeup or a sinker yard. they'll both probably come through. I also put $5 on a same game parlay of them two as well, because so if they both hit, I'm really sitting pretty. But that is all we got. 8 guys on Dong Watch for you guys to lock in. 1 6-leg Dong Robin that I'm putting, again, 1.5 units total risk on, $10 on each individual 2 times 2 for 1.5 units risk total. Santander and Urias in the Orioles game. Cruz and Noel in the Guardians game. Then I'm taking Dylan Cruz, spelled differently, and Jackson Merrill to round out that 6-legger. And then we have Juan Soto and Jazz Chisholm as our 2 straight bets, rounding out our dongs for the day. And that's all we got. I appreciate everybody for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and have a good one.